Hey folks, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. It has been almost a month since I went out and bought some records. I missed it, so the time had come for me to get out of the cave and get some sunshine and score some records. So as always, we're going to check them out. So here we go. First one up is from OMD. This is an English pressing of their album Organization. I did have this before, but it wasn't an English pressing. This is an original English pressing, and a big find for me being a big OMD fan. There's the back of it, the pictures of the guys there. Really good record. Enola Gay, of course, being the big song on here, the big hit single. And wow, the music gets loud. So I didn't have it quite with this label on it. And really, does it make that big of a difference? Does having a certain label make a big difference? Well, with me it does. And so I didn't have the original UK pressing and the gray label here, so that was a cool find. My OMD vinyl collection between the albums and 12-inch singles and now very rare live recordings from this band is out of control. I mean, I got a lot of stuff now. So I've been scoring a lot of OMD over the years. And this particular pressing comes with a 45. And it has 2 live tracks from November of 1978. And the label on the 45 is the same as the album. So that was a really cool bonus. On side 1, it has live versions of Introducing Radios and Distance Face Between Us. On side 2, we have Progress and Once When I Was 6 is the name of the songs on here. So I've heard the album, of course, but I haven't spun this little 45 yet. It was a cool little bonus to find in this record. I didn't know it was included until I brought it home and it kind of popped out, and I was like, whoa, that's a surprise, but nice surprise. So always cool when you can find stuff like that, and when you find these original pressings, UK pressings, it's an exciting thing. So OMD, their organization. Next up, from the band Camel. I like the band Camel. I have a couple of their albums, and everything I have from this band I usually enjoy listening to. So this one's called, the album's called I Could See Your House From Here, Camel. Really cool space cover. So there we are. And because of the original insert, lyrics, credits, all that stuff like that, and some band photo on the other side. Pretty nice. And a decent little looking custom label there. Cool band, Camel. I think Mirage is probably my favorite album from them. Not a band I would say I listen to a lot, but when I do listen to it, I really enjoy it. So this will get a few spins here in the music room, so really enjoyable there. This next one, I'm giving her a chance. I'm not a big fan of Kate Bush. I can respect her music. Something about her voice. I don't know what it is about her voice. Even though she has a lovely voice, I have trouble getting into her music. So I bought this album. It's called Kate Bush, The Whole Story. Basically, a collection of her singles throughout the years, starting from 78 all the way to the mid-80s. Really cool. There's the back of it. And it's a gatefold record. So this has like a lot of collection of her singles over the years. I thought, well, that's pretty nice. If this doesn't get me into Kate Bush, then I guess nothing will. She's so respected, and I could see why. She's a great talent. I just can't see why I can't get it. Maybe it's her voice. I don't know. I just can't get into it, and I'm trying to. It's on EMI. Yeah, it's a real tough thing to get into her voice. Maybe this will be it, though. Maybe this will be the album that wins me over, and I'll start collecting more of her stuff. But if not, off to trade, I guess it goes. But I hope that doesn't. I hope that's not the story, but oh well. Onward and upward. Okay, I'm a big fan of live recordings. I love live recordings, especially if I can find anything done by the Westwood One Radio Network, and that's what this little box set is. It's a really thrash-looking box, but Westwood One, the Ultimate Radio Concerts, Superstar Concert Series. This is a 3-record set showcasing live recordings from the band Foreigner. And this was back in the day too, back in the early 80s, so it had all the classic songs you'd want from Foreigner. It was a whole radio show, and if you're not familiar with one, they basically would record concerts and they would broadcast them amongst FM radio stations around the country here in the U.S. And I think in other countries as well, but I'm not really sure, but definitely U.S. And when the Westwood One Radio Hour came on, and you listen, like I remember I used to listen to U2 and Genesis and Van Halen on those radio shows. Professional multi-track live recordings, they sounded great. It was cool to hear a concert on the radio. I mean, I miss those days. I'm sure some stations still do it, but not around here really. And so this is the whole radio show, commercials included. There's only like two commercials per side of the record, and they're real brief, so it's not that big of a deal. And it's a 3-album set. The label looks just like the cover. And a great live performance recording from Foreigner that has all the classic songs that you'd want to hear. Feels Like the First Time, Double Vision, Cold as Ice, Blue Monday, Head Games, Urgent, Dirty White Boy, Hot Blooded, Jukebox Hero, all those and more. All those songs are on there on a 3-record set. It is a brilliant live recording. It sounds awesome. It sounds awesome. I was crank. I only listened to 2 of the discs. I gotta get to the last one. But it is a really good live recording. I really love it, and it caught Foreigner right in the time I loved them. So it had to be somewhere around 81, 82. And they sounded amazing live. I've never seen Foreigner live in person myself in concert. I only get to hear bootlegs like this or go on YouTube and look up videos. They look like they were a great live band, and they definitely are on this record set. So I feel real lucky to have this, even though the box is kind of taped together and it's not in great condition, as you can see there. But it's a really, like I said, a really great live recording. And Foreigner was one of my favorite bands in the early 80s because they were just like, they were hit machines. I mean, every single they put out was just a solid hit. So definitely an awesome band. So really glad to have scored that. That was a great find. Okay, I scored some Prince singles. I was amazed I was still able to find any Prince singles because most of the vinyl stores I dig out, all their Prince stuff is gone. I managed to find a few singles here and there, but it was stuff I already had. But what I grabbed looked interesting to me. They're just singles, not whole albums. This is a 12-inch single for the song Alphabet Street, which was on the Love Sexy album with the clear pouch here. So really good. The back side is like an instrumental mix. The front side is the album version of the song. I always love that song, Alphabet Street. Really cool tune. It's funny. They had his the store I found this single from. They had his album Sign of the Times, like on the shelf behind the counter, and they wanted $100 for it. Now I have that album in my collection, but I bought it like 2 years ago. I found a really great copy, used. I think I got it for like something like $7 to $8. Back when Prince was alive and breathing and walking the earth. Then the man passes away, and now everything's $100 or more, and it's just crazy. Everything goes up the second a popular artist dies. A couple of 45s from the man. Raspberry Beret. A 45 I had not had before, and really cool. On the B side, we have She's Always in My Hair. So, really cool. I think that's the Paisley Park. Oh no, it has the Around the World in a Day artwork, like so. So really nice looking 45, and that B-side, She's Always in My Hair, actually it's a cool song, so really cool. That's from the album Around the World in a Day. That was more of a psychedelic album. It was a weird follow-up to Purple Rain, but oh well. And the next one was You Got the Look, the duet he did with Sheena Easton. And on the B-side we have House Shake, which is a cool jam. So some good scores there. I think this one has the Paisley Park. Yeah, Paisley Park Records. Nice looking label there. So managed to find a few Prince singles. Thankfully, all my favorite albums for Prince I already have on vinyl. I bought them when I first joined the VC, when the man was still alive, and the prices weren't outrageous. And I feel very lucky to have done that. I wish I had grabbed the album Dirty Mind. I don't recall ever seeing it on vinyl from the stores I would dig at, but you know, I'm like really glad I got Sign of the Times and Purple Rain in 1999 and Controversy and Parade. Those are my favorite albums from Prince, and I'm glad I scored them then instead of now. Saved a lot of money. And speaking of Prince, a song he wrote for the Bangles with Manic Monday. Absolutely love this song. I was tempted to buy the album, but unfortunately it has the song Walk Like an Egyptian on it. I can't stand that song at all. So I always avoid that album, even though I would probably like it. And I could just, when Egyptian comes on, I could just forward the needle to the next track. I don't know why I don't do that. Oh well. So anyway, those are the singles from Prince. Another 12-inch single. This is from the band Berlin. Something I've never seen before. It's the extended dance mix of the song Dancing in Berlin. And I've never seen this before. And it's a real cool picture of the band. And the back has some really nice pictures of Terry Nunn. I've never seen this 12-inch single before. Really cool extended mix of the song Dancing in Berlin from the album Love Life. On the B-side, we have the song Lost in the Crowd, which is not available on any album. So that's a decent song. So they're really pretty cool find from Berlin, and there's a label. Never saw this before. It was $4. I thought, and it was sealed when I bought it. Obviously, I ripped that bastard open. Couldn't wait to get it on my turntable to look at it. So pretty cool. This is pretty cool. This is a 45 from Berlin. This is probably before they even got signed. It was for the song A Matter of Time. And there we go. There's a picture there. And if you could see there, a really early looking picture of Terry Nunn. Hardly even looks like her. But this is before they even had their first album out, Pleasure Victim. And it's funny, instead of saying side 1 or side 2, you want to see the back here. It's divided by East and West with the whole Berlin theme. So I thought that was interesting. And it's on Renegade Records. And there's the label for it. Really nice. And it was their first, I guess what would be their first single, A Matter of Time. It's on the east side. And on the west side, we have the song called Overload. Both decent songs if you're into that early 80s new wave, which was considered new wave back in the time. I think now people call it post-punk, but it was new wave. All those labels confuse me. But anyway, really good find. I'm a big Berlin fan, so this was a big find for me. So that was it for my dig. Let me show you one other thing. Sorry, I should have had this already before I turn the camera on. Phil Collins released some more reissues of older albums, and I got my favorite, which is No Jacket Required. Look at that picture. My, has time changed. And the back is still the back as it always once was. This sounds really, really good on vinyl. Really good. Whoever remixes these things does a fabulous job, because it sounds amazing, and this is what got me into Phil Collins in the first place, was this album. When it first came out in '85, I played the cassette to death. to where it hardly could play anymore. So I eventually bought the CD, and oh yeah, this started the fandom right here. It's this amazing album. And with that, he released his album, re-released I should say, his album Testify. I am not a fan of this album at all. I think I've only listened to it once since I've had it. I've had it going on a month now, and I've only listened to it one time. No songs really jump out at me. Wake Up Call, I guess, wasn't bad. The big single on here was Can't Stop Loving You, which is a remake. It was a Leo Sayer song in the 70s. The Phil Collins version is better than the Leo Sayer version, but with that said, I'm still not a big fan of the song or the album. But I wanted to complete the set, so I went ahead and got it. Can't say it's going to be something that's going to get listened to a whole bunch of times here in the music room, but No Jacket Required has already been spun like 4 or 5 times in its entirety, so there you go. Oh, and another thing. See, I'm not prepared here. You're not going to believe this shit, folks. When Record Store Day hit, I was on that Saturday, it hit, I went looking for the live Simple Minds album in my local store that was participating in Record Store Day. Couldn't find it. It wasn't there. They didn't have it. But I did find this for like $12 or $13. Well, I forgot the price. I think it was $13. And it was a Madonna, a Madonna EP. What it is a bunch of dance versions of Side 1 has Like a Virgin and Holiday. Side 2 has Lucky Star and Borderline with this Obi strip here. I thought, I have some friends that are in Madonna. I'll probably just buy it and see if they'd want to buy it. I asked a few people if they wanted it. Everybody either said no or they already scored it themselves. So I decided one day to open it up just for shits and giggles and end up really liking it. I actually had a good time listening to this. It's on pink vinyl. I'm not a big fan of pink vinyl. Just I'm not a fan. That's all I'm going to say. But the music on the album is good, and I actually enjoy it, especially Holiday. Holiday really sounds cool. I've always liked that song anyway, and it came with this insert here with a little nice looking picture of Madonna. And the back is just lyrics written in Japanese and American, so. But it was a cool single, and yeah, there's no shame in my game. I'll even crank Madonna. I liked Madonna in the 80s. I mean, I'm not hating on her. I liked a lot of her songs, still do. I just don't collect her, that's all. And but I do like having this album. Since no one wanted this, I went ahead and unsealed it, gave it a spin, and I really liked it. I really like this. The dance mixes are pretty cool to listen to, so I enjoy this. I actually listened to this a couple of times and liked it, so there you go. No shame in my game at all. Well, that's gonna do it, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. Feels good to be digging again. I mean, when I went to LA, I spent a lot of money out there, so I had to like cool my heels and let the bank account regenerate again. And on this dig, I was real conservative with my spending, but still found some good stuff, and it was nice to get out to record stores too. It always is. All right, that's gonna do it. Hope everyone's doing good out there. See you next time, folks. Later days.